one line of free thought that is not of their own creation, and that one person goes on to inspire others with their own lines of free thought, and those others create inspirations for future generations, then inspired those generations will become. An inspired generation fashions the tools to create an inspired world. When you look upon the sadness in this world and despair at the enormity of what lies before, a hopelessness befalls you, a solution a closed door. Yet just one inspired thought, aimed at another, can open a path for future sister and brother. The spark of my mind was ignited by others who were fired up by the minds of those who came before them, an inspirational fire that is as old as humanity, yet is as new as the most distant part of humanity's future. It is an inspirational wildfire that ignites each heart and mind it touches, with each mind stoking the inspirational flame, a common ground of cooperation, unseen, unnoticed, yet as powerful as the fire within our sun. You and I can add the fuel to keep the flame alight for generations to come. Welcome back. My name is Andy Radford, and you're watching and listening to the Thursday Reports from the Edge's UK studio. If you have any vital information you wish to broadcast to the general public, please get in touch with us here at theedgeam.com. You can send us a video, you can email us some written copy of your story, or you can go to the Edge's news page. On this page you will see the link News Hotline. Click this and this will allow you to send an email to the Edge's editorial news desk. We will treat your information with the respect it deserves. We're not here to catch you out. Our role is to expose those who subdue you. Debra Hunter Pitts was born into a normal family. At 3 years, she and her twin sister were taken away from their birth mother and placed into a Satanic family by the Sheriff of Butler County. Debra managed to escape her Satanic family when she was 15 years old and dedicated her life to exposing the Satanism and Nazi infiltration in America by forming an organization called Militia One with Eric Clapton and Carlos Santana. Debra witnessed many satanic rituals by force as a child. As an adult, she risked her life to uncover these crimes. A few weeks ago, Debra spoke to Edge correspondent Gina Romano about her experience with the Satanic family and how she helped the FBI and Interpol uncover 300 mass graves from ritualistic murders in Missouri that were located on her family's property. Today, Debra is back to talk about how she helped the FBI by posing as a girlfriend to a serial killer, suspect and stalker. I must advise you that some parts of this interview are very, very disturbing. For example, Debra gives details about a ritualistic murder of a woman who was 8 months pregnant, and she also discusses what happened to this woman's unborn fetus. These disgusting acts need exposing, and we can only expose them if we broadcast the truth and we do not sanitize the truth. Here it is now, Edge correspondent Gina Romano talking to Debra Hunter Pitts.
Hi, this is Gina Romano, Edge correspondent. Today I'm here with Debra Hunter Pitts, and some of you may remember she was on about a week ago or 2 weeks ago talking about Satanism and its involvement in our country and its infiltration and the New World Order movement, and her organization, Militia One, with Eric Clapton and Carlos Santana. And Debbie is here tonight because she wants to continue her story, and she also wants to talk about various serial killers who are involved with the Satanist groups as well. Debbie.
Hi.
Hi, how are you?
Fine, glad you called.
Yes, and thank you for offering to come back again on the show so quickly and offering more information. Everyone loved your last interview. I noticed on YouTube you had a couple hundred hits within the first couple of days, and everyone enjoyed it on the edge. So I thank you for coming back. Why don't you begin? I think you wanted to give us some more of your story, and you wanted to go into Satanists in Texas as well as serial killers and Satanists in Oklahoma. So why don't you begin where you want?
Okay. I talked a little bit about Butler County and growing up and stuff, and that was in Missouri. And in my early 20s, I went to Fort Worth, Texas with the Nazi I married, Bill Pitts, and my little boy, William, who belonged to Carlos Santana. I didn't have any kids by the Nazi I married. William is my only child that lived with me. But we went the middle of August of 77, and right before we went, in June 13th, 3 little Girl Scouts had been murdered in Locust Grove, Oklahoma. That's Mays County. And that was something I was watching before I left Butler County and then kept track of after I got to Texas. So I lived in Texas from 77 until 93. And I want to talk about some of the people that I was around in Fort Worth down there. When I got there, we got there during the night, and the house was already surrounded by the Nazi Satanists. And I have to call them Nazi because that's what they are, and it's what they say. So what they say is what I have to say. You know, they Nazi, Gestapo, secret police, and them kind of terms they use. But the house was surrounded by them, and everywhere I went, they were around. Where I tried to go to work, they went around. I had a hard time keeping up with my little boy to keep him from kidnapping. And what I noticed was carloads of black men was trying to get my little boy. I knew it had to be connected with the Satanists because they were on me so thick from the day I got there. They actually had followed us to Texas. And Bill's friend, John Fairless, from Butler County, had actually rode down there with us, and then he took a bus and went on down to Phoenix, but then came back to Fort Worth and lived by us for a year. And when I worked, some of the people that would come to work right after me, I knew were being sent there to keep track of me, right? And one of those people was named Donna Doer, D-O-E-R. Actually, her sister-in-law, Carol, was a friend of mine, and so me and Carol had a little conversation, and she actually confirmed to me that Donna was a witch, and that's one of the terms they use, you know.
A Satanist witch?
Yeah, they do actually call themselves witch.
Okay.
And even back in Butler County, they call themselves witch. And then another girl came to work with me, a black girl, named Carol Wilson. She came to work with me because she wanted to see if I recognized her. She didn't last too long. But we were in a meatpacking camp in Mansfield, Texas, which is Tarrant County near Fort Worth. And Carol's family owned a small house kind of downtown Mansfield by Black Cemetery. So I knew her, and she was supposed to pretend to be a friend, you know, but Donna Doer's role was to run to my boss and lie about me and just cause me trouble and keep pressure on me. So that was her role. But Carol was just really determined to try to find out if I remembered her, because she had came to Butler County with the other Satanists. Some of these from Texas were making that trip up there. And Eric would let me know if somebody was alive in the woods, and he let me know that there was going to be a setup and someone was going to actually pose as a victim, and he told me not to help that one because it was set up. They were actually trying to find out when I was still in Missouri, when I lived by the mass graveyard, if I was helping people. So then he told me again, he said, this time it's a black woman, and she will be naked and come out of the woods and want you to help her and make sure you don't.